What's up everybody, Steve Atlas here from Moto USA, and we're bringing you the 2010 modified Supersport Shootout. We took all four of the Japanese bikes, put pipe, ECU, and gearing to see how they stack up in slightly modified form. So come on, let's check it out. Honda had jet tuning aid in making its modified CBR 600RR. They bolted on an Arian Arata titanium full exhaust and tuned it with a Power Commander 5 mated to Honda's PGM kit ECU. A DID chain and Renthal sprockets were used to update the final drive gearing for each track.
This 600 is probably one of the most solidly planted motorcycles. Just very, very stable. Very consistent and predictable as you run through the corners. And a place like Willow Springs really has some high-speed stuff that you don't see a whole lot in the United States. Turn 8, 140 miles an hour, and your knee touches the ground. So stability-wise is a huge factor here at the big track.
Honda really impressed me. I really like the controls, the way the brakes work, the way the handlebars are, the way you sit on the bike is really comfortable for me. Being a little taller, I don't know, it just fits me good. And their setup was really good. Bike had an incredible map in it, and the way the gearing was and the way the power was the delivery was awesome. Really confidence inspiring and very easy to ride fast.
I have to say, where it's really come to shine a little bit is here on streets of Willow, actually, where the track's a little more technical. There's a little more back and forth, left, right. It really seems to shine here. It's a very agile, nimble motorcycle. It's a great little bike, man.
Kawasaki kept their ZX6 in-house, using all parts sold in their own accessory catalog. These included a full-tie Leo Vinci exhaust, Cowie kit ECU with wiring harness, and Drive Systems USA 520 chain and sprockets.
It was fast. You could tell it was fast. The Leo Vinci pipe and the map that they put in it was incredible. You could pick up the throttle and just the minute you start turning the throttle, the thing's hooking up, and super clean, shifted good, suspension was good.
Chassis-wise, very, very nimble. Fairly planted through the fast stuff. That would probably be my only slight complaint, is that the bike moved around a little bit. Of course, that was the bike that I went quickest on during the day.
It's a motorcycle that you actually have to ride hard to sort of maximize what it can do. Meaning like it doesn't really seem to want to respond until you get on the gas a little bit, which is actually a nice quality to that motorcycle, because it encourages the rider to really use it.
Suzuki employed Yoshimura to handle their 2009 GSX-R 600, who installed its R77 full titanium and carbon exhaust, as well as its EM Pro ECU and engine management system. As for final drive gearing, an RK chain with 520 Renthal sprockets was used to drop weight as well as speed up acceleration.
The Suzuki is probably one of the most stable bikes out there. Power delivery is really, really smooth, has awesome brakes. I've probably found it the most comfortable to go fast on the Suzuki. It doesn't do anything out of the ordinary to catch you off guard.
A little soft off the bottom, picking up the throttle, it was a little soft, but they're kind of notorious for that, but the mid and top are really good on the bike, especially the mid, and handling you have the thing leaned over, you can go anywhere you want. It handles really good. The map that they had in that bike with the exhaust and stuff felt really good. Definitely a huge improvement over stock. Huge improvement. Fun bike to ride, but the biggest thing for me is just the handling Suzuki. It's unbelievable how it handles.
I would argue between the Suzuki, the GSXR 600 and the CBR 600 are really, to me, in the running for a beginner, like a guy or a girl who wants to get into track riding. I feel like those motorcycles are very inviting to a rider who's just entering that world of riding a racetrack.
Yamaha's 2010 R6 was modified with a full titanium and carbon Graves Motorsport exhaust, mated to a YEC kit ECU, Power Commander 5, and auto-tune. Gearing was dropped from a 1645 to a 1545, but remained the stock 525 size and retained the OEM chain.
Flicking left to right, there's no doubt that the Yamaha gets top honors in that category. Power-wise, really high RPM. I mean, it has a red line of 17,000 RPM. Power delivery-wise, it's got really good low end with the power valve, and then all the way through the top. And it has a little bit of a hit as it goes past 15,000 RPM.
Yamaha has some motor, it's fast, but it kind of missed the boat on the mapping. The map was real abrupt, and even though you could still go fast on the bike, it felt like you're going a hell of a lot faster than you were. And I think it contributed to a little bit of ill handling as well, because you go to pick up the throttle from off throttle, and just the way it hit, you start to push the front.
The throttle, quite frankly, on this one is a little abrupt, but that's not, that big a deal, especially on a big track. It matters a little more here because it's just a little more distracting. If you keep the bike sort of above 14,000, it's awesome, man, and it's a lot of fun to ride. I love the way that motorcycle handles. I love the way it felt. It's just a fun motorcycle that sort of encourages you, I think, to go a little quicker.
What did we learn so far? This first round of modifications only tightened what was an already amazingly close middleweight group. So stay tuned for the final stage, where we upgrade the suspension, brakes, and add other go-fast parts to see which Japanese manufacturer makes the ultimate track day 600.